Hi, this is Dr. Wooten. In this presentation, I'm going to try to reinvent the neural network I created for the terminology. I had an idea, but it requires that I use my new understanding of classes to rework my dictionary. So what I'm going to do is get Excel to do this for me. I'm going to copy all of my terms and the code that was with it and drop it into an Excel file. Alright, so what happened is that the tabs are going to be putting it, let's see, it may be just in one column. Yep, okay, so it's all in one column. What I want to do is I want to undo the widening. I want to read and determine which terms have a definition so I can extract them. So notice I had a self counter on my dictionary so that I could add a term anywhere at any time and wouldn't have to re-enumerate. But what's going to be better is to create a class. And so let's see what we have. Look, I had a column before. I know this is going to be a term if beyond this one, if this cell right here is equal to, I'm going to go ahead and say itself for the first one. And what I'll do is I'll fix that so that it always refers to that kind of code. And if that is true, then I want to have the mid of this string here, one next to me, C60. Starting with, well, I want it to find the quote, but now it's not going to understand it if I put quotes because you can't quote a quote. So what I'm going to do is say, I'm going to put a quote right here later. So if you find that term, always look at that cell right there, 49. I'll need to remember that. If you find this in that string, we want it to start with the first one, and then we want +1. And then how long do we want the string? The number of characters will be the length of C60 minus find that same quote, so A fixed at 47, I'm sorry, 49. In the same string, starting at, well, this time I wanted to start, oh no, that's the first one I wanted to find. Alright, I think I have one extra space, and so, oh, I need to, first off, give it an alternative, otherwise put nothing there. And it should be B60. Alright, let's do it in steps. Escape. First off, I'm going to put my quote up there. Oh, I want a double quote. Alright, so here's the first pattern I needed to recognize. Equals find the quote in this column. Alright, so that piece works. It also said starting with the first one. Alright, then we want the length of that B61. Oh, that's probably what it was. It was probably finding a negative value because I had the columns misaligned. Okay, so we want if this is equal to what it says here, then we want to do the mid of B61, not B60. Starting with find A48 and B61, not 60. Oh, starting with the first time. Alright, so I still need one more adjustment. At least they found it's the words. So I just wanted to look here. Alright, what else do I need to fix? Oh, otherwise I don't want to put anything. Alright, so now I'm going to adjust it so it doesn't include the quotes. Actually, I wanted to include the quotes because I'm going to recode it. Alright, so that's good. We want to keep that. Alright, so what else do we want to code? Oh, we'll need this one as well. So I'm going to pull this down and say, oh, I know what I need to do. So, or, if that one is equal to that, or if the one in front of it is equal to this, then take that action. So I do want to stop this from changing. I always want it to refer to the cell. Alright, so I have just written code that will extract all but the first one, and the first one's not a definition, it was instructions anyway. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to fix where the quote was. So the quote is always going to be in 48. So if I take this and drop it down, notice what I've done is extracted all the terms and their corresponding definitions that I had already written. Not cleaned up yet, but still what I want to do is reconvert this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enumerate these so that I don't sort them and get the definition away from its term. So this will be term number 1. So equals if this is equal to a blank, then that, well, let me go ahead and do it. Alright, so if this is a blank, then take the one up here, then let's see, yeah, and add one. Otherwise, blank. And actually, there's going to be twice that I wanted to do that. So just like before, I need an or statement. Or. So if this one is blank, or if this one is blank, I think that's what I want. So I numbered the first one. No. Okay, so Control Shift up, Control up. Alright, so let's see, what did I do wrong? I think it is going to be the one before it, so let's try B2, 62. There we go. So now I've got it to enumerate them, and so I don't want those to change. So what I'm going to do is copy both columns, drop them in a new worksheet, and paste them as values only. And now remember they started down here. So what I'm going to do is sort them to the top because I enumerated them, and I think I want all 3 of these. No, I just need two. That's alright. So I have just successfully extracted the terms that I want to recode for the new network I'm building.